Hi guys, my name is Annabelle from Horizon Cosplay, and today we are going to be cleaning up and possibly repairing these two antique Lotus Singer sewing machines, which are pretty cool. So, a little bit of background. I brought both these machines approximately 3 or 4 months ago. I paid £25 each for them, and they actually both did come with a table attachment. They're both Treadle machines, so neither of them have a handle as such. My initial plan for them was that I either wanted to revamp them to the point where I could convert them back to a Treadle, find a base and redo all of the markings on it, all that kind of stuff, or I was going to convert them to electric and Ben was going to build a base for me. Now, plans change, and I am now going to be selling these at a historic market in a few weeks because, well, maybe I can give you a little preview, but I brought this. And as much as I would like to continue making these ones better, the fact is that me and Ben are planning on moving soon, and so we're kind of having to have a bit of a clear out, which is one of the reasons we're doing the market. I'm getting rid of a lot of costumes, fabric, things that I'm never really going to use, and unfortunately at the moment I just don't have the space to completely rebuild two machines, especially if I were to make them Treadles, because, you know, they'd take up a hell of a lot of room. Now, I know what you're all thinking, when were these machines made? Because after all, if I'm saying they're antique, they have to be pretty old, and I actually did already look this up, but let me grab my phone. This machine is a Singer 66K apparently, and it was made in 1923, and there were 40,000 of them made that year. This one is in a lot better condition than this other one. The decals are a lot nicer, but still very, very worn. It doesn't appear to be as rusty. The mechanism, I think, works quite well. Yep, it's nice and smooth at least. And they're just dirty and grimy. The guy I brought them off of, he decapitates sewing machines, which I have a lot of issues with. Basically, he just buys old sewing machines. He doesn't want the machine, he doesn't want the table, he doesn't want it functional, he just wants the cast iron bases to make tables out of. Yeah, he's tried to sell me quite a lot of machines since then, because he does have quite a lot and it is quite a good collection. But I just don't want to support the decapitation of antiques. That's not really my thing. And to be fair, I think these are the only machines I kind of regret buying for that reason, is because I know that the money that I gave him went right back into buying and decapitating another machine, and that's just not okay. Alright, so that one is from 1923. This one is a bit older. She is apparently a 128K. There were 5,000 made, and she is from 1915, and both of these machines were made in Clydebank, Scotland. So this one is actually 99 years old, and this one is 107. So two grand old ladies. But as she was cast first, I was going to say born, but sewing machines aren't born, they are cast. As she was cast first, let's start with this girl, and this one can just go to the side. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some nice soft tissue paper. This stuff is a little bit rougher than what I normally use, but I'm currently staying at a friend's house, so I'm just going to use what she has because I didn't bring my own toilet paper, because you don't when you stay with friends. And we're just going to give these girls a wipe over, get the worst of the grime off. Okay, they've both had a basic wipe over, but what we're going to quickly do is grab some cotton buds and just get into all the really tiny areas with some water. I don't want to turn anything rusty, but you just want to make sure you get all that grime out there. Otherwise, it builds up, and I just want to get rid of the build up so that they can start fresh in their new home. One thing I did notice is that with this one as well, the bobbin winder, the rubber's actually gone on that. So it still works, so I think I'm going to leave it on there temporarily, but that will need replacing. This one's fine though, it works all good. But yeah, alright, let's grab the cotton buds and then we'll get going with that. Okay, so my main concern with the older machine is that these metal bits are seriously disgusting, and to be honest, a little bit stiff. So what I've done is I've grabbed some fairy liquid, and I'm just gonna give it a scrub with a really, really soft bamboo toothbrush. I'm only doing this on the metal bits because I know that they'll stand up to it. The other thing I've noticed with both of these machines is that the protective coating it seems to not be there anymore. I might try and find a protective coating and reapply it. However, I'm genuinely not sure what I should use. So I'm going to go and ask the internet, and if I get a decent answer and it's affordable, I might just give it a quick whip once over. If it's not, they're just going to get good oil, and their new homes will hopefully sort them out. Okay, so this sewing machine I think is about as clean as we're going to get it. It isn't perfect, but it's definitely 10 times better than it was. So now that metal's all scrubbed up, the only thing that we have to scrub up on this Singer, because it's got all the plain sides, is actually just the Singer symbol. So we're going to do that real quick, and after that it's going to be a case of dusting off the mechanisms. Also, can we just appreciate a moment that I'm cleaning Lily machines while in Lily pajamas, and that is 110% something that I definitely did plan because it's just fun, okay guys? Okay, so that is both of the metal bits of the machines all cleaned up. We've put water all over the tops to get any dust and grime off, and so the next thing to do is to clean the mechanisms. Luckily, these machines don't have bases, so really easy. We are just going to put them on their side, and I'm just gonna fiddle around in here, essentially. And that is the plan. So that is the mechanisms of these sewing machines all cleaned and gorgeous. So the next thing on the list is going to be to oil up and polish up the outside. And once that's done, we're actually going to try and sew them and see how it all goes. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to try and sew them, considering that the bobber mechanism is literally sat on the floor. So we're going to have to sit it up on something. But I figure we'll burn that bridge when we get there. And until then, let's just give them a nice polish. Okay, so that is both machines cleaned, polished, and as far as I'm aware, everything is in good working condition. Certainly everything is spinning as it should. Now, the one problem with testing out if these ones actually work is that they don't have a base, and as much as they do have a top that comes with them, the tabletop just doesn't raise them off the ground enough for the underside to work. So I've got this empty Singer box. Now, this is actually for another project, for a major restoration project that I'm doing, where the base, for one, there's no case and the base is just completely disastered, and I'm hoping that these are going to fit in here, and then what we can essentially do is just temporarily use this box to, let's see if we can get it detached, just to make sure that they work. So okay, and to conclude, the box is definitely too small, so time for plan B, I suppose. So plan B is this table for one of the machines, can't remember which one, I don't think it particularly matters, and we're just gonna essentially sit them in the middle here, and hopefully that'll raise it up enough, otherwise we'll stick some books under the sides. And that is now working just how we want it to. I have put a towel over the two books so that, you know, the table doesn't damage it. But let's thread this puppy up and see how she goes. Alrighty, so that is everything threaded up. Now let's see if she sews. Now I don't have a handle, so I'm just gonna, you know, spin it and hope for the best. And, well, she seems to be working. Okay, well, she, as the older lady, sews surprisingly well. I'm very impressed. The top stitches are absolutely perfect. The back stitches are also absolutely perfect, but there is a bit of lint stuck in there, which, you know, if it's coming out with the thread, I'm sure a little bit of use will get it all out, so I'm not too worried. But she runs super smooth, really quiet, honestly, no complaints. I am very impressed, and now we just need to see if this one works, and then I reckon we can conclude this little video. So one thing I really like about these machines is that when you put the bobbin in, you can press this button here and it'll just flick it up for you. And that is super handy, and I don't know, modern machines don't really have this, but I think they should, because this is way more fun than the little latch thing that you just pull them out of, in my opinion anyway. So I'll quickly talk you guys through how I thread these machines up. So firstly, you want to make sure that the reel is being pulled from the back. So we're going to pop that on, and then we're going to put it through the hook at the top, run it round the tension spring, making sure it hooks over the wire just here. Then we've got to put it through this little hole at the side before putting it through the hole of the movable part at the top. Then it goes round the side to this hole just here. And I know this is kind of hard to see considering I'm using black thread on a black machine. Trust me, it's doing my eyesight in as well. But it is a thing, and actually one thing I love is you can actually see on this side plate where the thread's actually worn some of the paint away. It then goes onto the hook that sits just above the needle, and then you want to put it from left to right through the needle. Then to prepare it to sew, you want to hold your thread nice and tight, and we're going to turn the machine so that it catches the bobbin thread and then just pulls it up onto the top side. Alrighty, let's see if this one sews as nicely as the other one did. Oh my gosh, she goes even smoother. That is absolutely gorgeous. I have to admit, I'm tempted to keep these machines just because of how well they run. But yeah, one of those things, unfortunately. I think they need to go to a new home. And with that, guys, we have both sewing machines polished up, looking absolutely beautiful and in full working order. I'm actually really chuffed with these, and the fact that they go so smooth after not really having a lot of love and attention, and certainly they've been sat in my attic for a few months and they were in a garage before, I'm really happy about. Particularly on the newer machine, the decals with a bit of an oiling have come out so beautiful. The colours are really strong in some pieces, and though there are a few warm bits here and there, it's nothing too major. The older girl, okay fine, she might not have as much decoration, but she runs so smooth, it is not even funny. Unfortunately though, these machines are going to be going up for sale in a few weeks, and well, I'll let you know what happens. Otherwise, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do drop it a like, and if you have any questions or comments, ask me down in the comments below. I reply to every single one. And if you, like me, have a little bit of a nerdy streak for vintage sewing machines, do join the Discord that is linked in the description, because we geek out over there over these lovely old beauties. Otherwise, guys, I will be back next Wednesday with another sewing and cosplay video, so please do subscribe so you don't miss it. And remember, the first Wednesday of every month is official sewing machine day, so I will look forward to unboxing yet another Singer sewing machine, or a sewing machine of some kind. I'm trying to change it up a little bit these days, next month, and until then, have a beautiful day. Bye!